All right, I think we're back. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. Yay! Okay, sorry about that. Um, I had a crash. It was not a good crash. It was a bad crash. I know why the crash happened. Um, it's because I was lax. I'm gonna go make sure I don't already have an epitaph blueprint that I forgot about. I definitely don't. Okay. Hopefully everything I got was saved. It probably was. If it wasn't, I'll cry. But you know what? Some extra salt never hurt anyone except for, heart disease and whatnot. So we're going to try that again. We're going to get ourselves the epitaph today. I don't care what it takes. Once I get that, I am free for whatever. Oh, what are you doing there? That's a little strange. One sec. That's not good. What are you doing right there, buddy? No. No. Let's go with that.
And redecorated from the inside. Him. Bogies on scope. Good hunting.
Beware. This storm is near. Void fissures at your destination.
My tune key doesn't appear to be working. There it goes. That was it. Sorry about that, folks. Coming. There we go. Stay. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm having to do these like mid-mission edits because there's all sorts of little things that I forgot that I have to tweak and make run function.
Direct attention to remaining targets.
I should really do an overview of what I have on my Railjet in case people want to do the same thing. As a rule, I think most of the people who are like, oh, here's the build overview, are kind of like wankers. I try not to be a meta slave. I don't always succeed. Meta slavery happens to all of us. Where we're just like, oh, let's do what the most effective tactic available is, and stick to that, and never deviate. Oh, there's another one. I could have just stayed in the sea. Don't I feel like a fool? Am I out of ammo? I am out of ammo. Okay.
Caution.
Switch, please. Thank you. I'm not worried about dying. There's like absolutely nothing to fear here. Not a lot, anyway. One of the perks to having an actual person playing with you is they can do this stuff. There's another one over there. Okay, I'll remember that. I should have frozen in place. Don't go. You did the wrong thing.
Cruise ship reactor has detonated.
Pretty. Movie.
Voids forming. Eyes open.
That's it. Very nice.
Missiles en route. Evade. New target. Pulse turbine. Infiltrate. Disable reactors. Neutralize core.
Oh, I'm gonna hide behind this rock.
Enemy
Because there's like a big torpedo launcher thing over there that I want to avoid. Okay, much better. It's all about peace of mind.
You're near a fissure. The enemies are dropping reactants. Keep moving. Look for more reactants.
Missile launch detected. Terminated. Hit them with all we have got.
That's it. You've opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
That's right, I have to go in and out
Missiles incoming.
and blow stuff up, which is fine, I guess.
Again.
Kind of annoying because I only have to like press one button, but after getting back on my vessel. And I can't just teleport back here, as far as I know.
Bingo. Crew, trash that radiator. All hands brace for missile impact.
Is that it?
Core is vulnerable.
No, I have to blow up the other thing.
Key
This is why I
components
brought an
lost.
explosive weapon with
Destroy
me.
them.
It's a good idea. Lets you take care of objectives, but quick! Hey, freebie hacks that I don't have to worry about.
The pulse turbine is still. Enemy forces are
Okay.
They are unused to meeting an enemy on equal terms.
Moving right along.
Warning. Void storm is strengthening. We are tempting fate. Missile impact imminent. Asteroid base. We cannot leave this here. Infiltrate the base and terminate the commander.
Me being this close is probably going to cause me
Now
problems.
disembarking.
Not this time. Alright, we are shielded up and good to go. I don't want to have to travel an entire kilometer to get to this
All
map.
hands brace for missile impact. Storm is category 5. 5 is the worst, by the way.
Where do my shield things keep going? There it is. I don't know why they keep leaving me. It makes no sense. Because I don't think their duration is running out, because of the 30-second long duration. It took a lot less than 30 seconds to get there. And I don't think I fell through a pit. Which will also deactivate any abilities you have running. opposed to actually hurting you in
Missile
any way.
incoming.
So it is something you want to avoid, but it's never lethal. It's just obnoxious.
The commander is right there. Sure thing.
Oh. Stop. Yeah, okay, fine. This one. You made your choice.
Missile impact imminent. Priest commander terminated.
Got a Quelor blueprint out of it. I already have the Quelor. Which is another weapon that took an inordinate amount of time to farm up. What am I doing this thing?
Hearing chatter referencing a shift in command. The
Con
Queen
Prime
already
chassis.
has a
I think
replacement.
that's uncommon. Another receiver. I'm not
Missile
surprised.
launch detected.
Titanium. I reiterate again that this is ideally something that goes by rather quickly. And there's supposed to be a, what, 15% chance drop rate? Yeah. For the main blueprint.
Mission complete.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me anything more specific. Just
Attention.
you either get it or you don't.
Imminent.
The other components are a 12.5, so that I've gotten so many of those in a row is fairly
Your commander.
impressive in and of itself.
Broadcast
Another one where I have to kill a pulse turbine, which sucks.
Infiltrate and terminate. Fighters on attack deck.
I wouldn't mind the pulse turbine one on its own, but I have to do it in addition to killing the commander, and that's kind of annoying. Alright, we have a cruise ship. This song's pretty lower. I'm cranking it up. Cruise ship, let's go. Give me another one.
Enemy fighter cover halved.
Letting my AI crew members do all the work here because it's much easier. Must be a cruise ship out there somewhere.
Cruise ship reinforcement has arrived. Enemy fighters are routing. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. Crasher, Rainier cruise ship. Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets.
One more after this guy here. There we go.
Rainier cruise ship has translated in sector. Cruise ship reactor.
Okay, now for the fun part.
Storm is becoming more severe. We have one less cruise ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets.
There we go. I like got stuck in its geometry. Not sure what that was about. These pulse turbine things are a pain in the butt because I have to keep leaving. If I had another person along, it'd be fine, but I don't. So we're just gonna pound objectives. Ah! Mini dude. Mini dude. So soloing Railjack is an experience, as you can see. I am experiencing it right now. I think it's the one right here, right? Yeah. Nice, nice. Must revive the cat. Rush. Yes, another kilometer away. One of them jobs. With a blaster.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find what's inside.
Get him with a blaster. Oh my god. What's the weapon that I have that's been voidified then? It's not that. It's that. It's that. It's that. Okay. We find the actual baddie here. I need to find. Oh, that's pitch black. I don't like that. I don't like any of that. And I'm getting all these HUD icons that are just staying on the screen, so I'm kind of having to roll the dice in terms of which one I need to actually get to. I'm pretty confident I'm going the right way here. Oh, 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 oh. I have a plan. There we go.
Move on.
That is a job well done.
All hands, brace for missile impact. Asteroid hierarchy tripled. We are
It's a prime chassis, another one that I think is a common. 6 relay, radiant dome, which is good. Oh good, I'm finally getting a breeze here. Nice, but I didn't get anything that mission, so I'm a little disappointed. You know what, I'm gonna go back to doing Earth ones, because those are slightly less suffering. There's still just half an hour left on this one. I'll keep doing this. Hell with it. Maybe we'll get lucky and get teamed up with somebody who can do all the work, like that last guy was doing. That guy was doing absolutely all the work. I was just there as a taxi. I'm okay with this, but let it be known that that is exactly what was going on there.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
80 die, another epitaph received. No, that's the other
storm
epitaph received.
rolling in.
15.
Batten
Oh,
down
that's
the
that's an uncommon. Very nice. I didn't know that. I'll take an uncommon. Common is good.
Asteroid base. Its commander
I
is
need
a
ducats.
known
This
war criminal.
farm is
Lives
getting
on
me a
Toby
lot.
Butter.
Fair.
Smells like a blown-up gun. Keep him out. Even air pressure. We are on board. Look alive.
Tenno. Detecting void energy accumulation inside the objective. Fissures.
Give me that Wurlitzer slash Hammond organ. And live for that sound.
We have one less crook ship to be concerned with. Direct attention and making targets. Enemy squadrons have maintained pressure.
It's funny, not that long ago I was talking to someone who was saying that the ability I have set to my number 1 on the railjack, whose name eludes me, it's like an EMP missile, was really bad and didn't have a very long duration. And I'm like, did we use the same ability? Because it lasts like 30 seconds. Then again, I also have a high duration build on my railjack, so that might have been it.
Scrap one crew ship. Enemy fighters on the run. Crew ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. Void storm intensifying. Crew ship down.
That should do it.
Crew ship has gone bye-bye.
That is a lot of loot. Oh, hold up. It's not like a teleport. What's that all about?
Ground slaves inbound.
Okay.
Welcome
Well, that's
to
spectacular.
Unit platform identified. This is a priority target. Infiltrate.
I'm not going to worry about
It
it.
is impossible to say how many
Because I'm still going to have to do
already lost their
a
lives.
bunch of opening. I'm going to have to teleport back and forth a bunch.
Imminent.
Which, again, very annoying. But we'll get through it. Okay, please. Thank you. So because it's really not obvious what's going on a lot of the time when I am playing, because I have so many bright flashy colors occurring at any given time, I am playing as Protea. I'm dropping my 2 like in front and facing any large group of enemies that I see, which is kind of expensive energy-wise. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 100% sure you're worth it, but we are gonna teleport back and deal with you. Oh hey, these schmucks, get out. Get off my bridge! See, he said he was dying, but he's clearly fine. Why would he lie to me like this? I'll let him deal with that. Because it's not my problem. Where's this enemy? There it is. So yeah, like I said, lots of back and forth. And I do have them all very good. Man, they're burly and terrible. Where's the first core? Is that back here? Yeah, it's back here. Oh, they aren't very long. Okay. I may have to tweak my loadout a little just to kill them a bit faster and more efficiently. Yeah, come on, thwack me, I dare you. Wow, they hurt me a lot. Did I just teleport back when I shouldn't? I did. I did teleport back when I shouldn't have. Another thing that's happening is I am teleporting back to my railjack every single time I do an objective, as opposed to having to run back and leave the hard way. Because, let's face it, blank that and the blanking blanks that it came from, that takes time. I ain't doing it. We do it the quick and dirty way. I also need to re-equip my Ignis Wraith, I think, so I can finish leveling it up again. Yes, it's through here. Very good. Let's get out of here. Making like a tree and leaving. Asteroid Base Commander, which is relatively simple. Protea is a not bad choice for that as well. Protea is good for these in general, now that they've made it so that Railjack energy is based off of your Warframe's energy. Because Protea has natively the, what's it called? Come on, get in there. Dispensary ability. The dispensary ability is really good. For resupplying energy, because it provides energy orbs So while you're channeling something, you'll still get energy, and you'll also get the benefit of Arcane Energize, which will effectively... It's not exactly doubling up your energy gain, it's kind of more than that. And Xeneric, the Xeneric passive that allows you to gain energy over time from energy orbs. You take advantage of all of that. So it's pretty big. He's way over there. Pop that, we're gonna pop you, we're gonna hit 3, 2 rather, a lot. No, wrong way.
Missile impact imminent.
There we go. Now he's just gonna sit there and take it a lot, and that should kill him. Here we go. And I got some hard-wing ability. I think that might have been the speed one, which is kind of a pain to get a hold of otherwise. Alright, let's get lucky. I am up all night for it. I don't know what that's worth. Probably a 15 points. I don't need another receiver. I have, I think, 8 now. Getting a little tired of them, to be perfectly honest. If I am to be candid, I'm tired of this. Oberon chassis. Oh, that's right, they moved that to drop tables for no reason other than to make me upset. Okay. So I have a truly deranged individual as my engineer. That's good. I would not want a sane engineer because that would not do me a lot of good now, would it? I'm gonna go to this one here because that's probably hurting me a lot. The enemy level bumps on these are pretty dramatic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to do that, yeah. Yeah, I'm playing on PC, Evan. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Yeah, the Legion is great. It's really good. I need to tweak the mods I have on it, I think, and probably put one more Forma in. But it's pretty good. You just turn into an absolute murder blender. Oh, nice! I'm with another person. This is excellent. This is going to save me a lot of time. This dude's a nice pilot because he's just sitting still for these, letting me get the shot off. I adore that. I don't even do a very good job of that. Oh, I'm out of ammo. No wonder I can't shoot. Ah. Ah. We'll be fine. Come on. We'll be fine. Can I? Oh, I can't do that because I have to.
Fire crew, attention needed. Crew, forward sync formation detected here.
Yeah.
Hull breach ongoing. Equip your Omni and rectify this. Crisis averted. Mission continues.
Yeah, those are pretty bad.
Visitors inbound.
Not gonna worry about any of it though, because I got this on block and key.
Clumsy breach. Our invaders possess more enthusiasm than talent.
Yeah, Octavia Prime is great. I mean, Octavia herself is just obnoxious. Yeah, every time I had the opportunity to port my account, I was kind of like, ah. I do wish they made it cross compatible, because so far the only times they've allowed you to port the data over has been when they were first doing a console re-release.
Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. Hull breached. Life support failing.
Set that to
Equip an
repair.
Omni and patch that leak.
Can I do more than one at once? No, I can't.
One radiator down. Make it two.
I don't have a Switch now. Otherwise I would. I'd probably play it on a handheld if I could play with a controller. I can't do shooters with a controller.
Fires extinguished.
It's kind of embarrassing. I wish I could. Does it play well on the Switch though? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. Astral frame
Is that all of
integrity.
them? Yeah, that's all of them. Very good.
Job. Return to duty.
Let me just pick these up real quick. Because we need them.
Radiator.
We need damn
exposed.
puppets.
Open fire.
Yeah, 2,000 hours on Switch, man. That is dedication. I don't even know my hour count anymore. I've been playing forever. Forever.
Opportunity. Core is exposed.
Probably over 4,000, I would think, at this point.
Sensitive systems. Trash the place.
Well over 4,000, probably closer to 5. Let me check on Steam. What does Steam say? And then I need to add like another. Yeah, Steam says I have about 4,000 hours. Sure, yeah. Let me finish this mission and then we can group up. I'll ferry you wherever you need to be ferried.
That is the problem with missile batteries. They are packed with explosives. Fraggoth got into place. Moving on. Missile battery is toast. Contact
Sure thing.
Solaris craft. They could use the parts.
Yes, please. I'll take 45 ducats any day of the week. I'll tell these guys that I got a scoot. If one of them is watching me right now, I'm sorry, dudes. Come on. Give me that. No? Okay. The mission. Hopefully that'll count as still completing it successfully, fingers crossed. Because these void railjack missions are so dodgy. They just... It's been okay lately. That is really disconcerting, seeing that whole lot of nothing there. I don't like that at all. What are you telling me? Zarvo's got something for you. A whole new class of gear, Verve gear. Real artisan stuff. Been searching for it for years, and now it's ours. Yes, ours. Verve skin, Verve helmet for Loki, Loki Warframe. Okay, what is this? I will always take extra cosmetics. Oh, it's a Prime thing. Okay, well I guess I have to sign up for Prime again. Temporarily. I'll deal with that later, I'm not going to do that now. What time is it? Ooh. My time is actually getting kinda limited. That is less good. Whatever, I can still do a couple missions. I have to go in about 20 odd minutes. It's okay, I'm gonna switch frames because this is just... I love Protea to death, she's great, but man. Bit too easy mode, I think, in many respects. I haven't played much Lavos, I should do that.
Ordis is
I could do Hildren. Hildren is also easy mode.
They require maintenance after all.
Eeny, meeny, miny. No. All All of these are easy mode. All the frames I use are easy mode. Why is this? Makes you think. Is it because I'm cheesy? You bet. I haven't done Titania in a little while. A respectably hot minute. Which is that? That is the strength of duration. I do want that, I think. Or is it the
Now get out there
pure strength? No, I don't. Just the strength duration. That's fine. That is good. I do need to put another form on this thing, but I can always wait on that. What were we put in? What do I need? I don't want internal bleeding. You can get away with oh, what's it called? Hunter munitions on the Ignis. Well, the Ignis Wraith anyway, because it's got higher crit. But I don't know. Hunter munitions is kind of a dodgy proposition most days. It's. I would hesitate to call it a noob trap, but I don't think it's all that good. Most of the weapons that get any real use out of it are ones that really don't need it anyway. And Slash isn't the end-all be-all that it once was. It's still obnoxiously good. Like the holy, or in a trinity now. Oh, I guess you could call it a holy trinity. Is like viral, heat, and Slash. If you can get all of those proccing at once, you're pretty much Gucci. And the Ignis Wraith can get away with that. Because it's got reasonable crit. Not fantastic, but reasonable. Where it doesn't... What it can't do is take advantage of internal bleeding. I am trying very hard to find a use for this mod. Tomb Finger, it works beautifully on. It's beautiful on Tomb Finger, but you have to get the impact status effect. It's not really a status-heavy gun. You can also put it to work on the Catch Moon, I think, because that tends, you can have very high crit on that. Kit Guns, it works good on Kit Guns. Or the, not internal bleeding, but the secondary equivalent, whatever that's called. I don't even remember now. Hemorrhage. I don't know. It's unfortunate because it's like, I see what you did there. Digital Extreme's answer to the how do we make impact a relevant status or damage type is let's make it so it inflates Slash sometimes. It's like, oh, okay. If you say so. I don't actually remember what the Dex Pixia does in terms of damage types. What does that do? I don't think it's impact heavy. Yeah, it's Slash heavy, so it wouldn't matter anyway. Toxin radiation, of all things. I mean, I guess that's fine for what I'm doing now. To check my mods on here. Oh, I've got a Grenadier loadout. Why do I have 14 points free? What is that all about? I thought I dealt with this. Get on there, boy. Actually, I want high status, don't I? Because that's how Elysian takes advantage of what it does. Yeah. So I want more speed if I can get it. Hey, Mitch, how things go? Do they go? I hope they go. How are you? Yeah, no, it's been a long month, Mitch. It's been a really long month. Not much. Finally got my computer working again. Having to RMA 3 separate components was a real fun, real fun experience. Fun of it, of course. Yeah, all is well. I would have been streaming sooner, but computer components being fun, so that was great. Real nice. RMAing my graphics card, my RAM, and power supply all in one go. This is why you keep your old components, by the way. It's the only reason I'm up and running now, is because I had my old components. Unfortunately, the parts didn't have the common decency to die one at a time, or die all at once, rather. They had to die one at a time, like separated by a week each. So, it's just been like a real trip. A real trip. But it's all dealt with. I have to hear back from the people who manufacture my RAM to know if I'm going to be able to RMA that, to know if they're sending it back anyway. But other than that, it's kind of like graphics card is on its way back. Power supply is on its way back. I already got another power supply in the meantime. That was not an issue. And I have replacement backup RAM that I could use. And my old graphics card, which still works fine, though it seems to be running hotter than usual lately, which I don't like. But it's fine. Annoying, but fine. But yeah, I should be back to streaming again. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Since I have a certain amount of free time now. Which is good. Oh, actually, Evan, let me add you. Just shoot me your in-game name, and I can I'll get you added. Oh yeah, I'm having fun actually in Biomutant. I installed it yesterday. I was pleasantly surprised, given that the reviews just largely slag it super hard. And I'm just like, you know, this really isn't bad though. Like, yeah, I'd prefer a little more hit response when you're melee punching things to death, but it's very manageable. But yeah, Biomutant's fun. I'm enjoying it. Might play some of that later today. Really, what I really like is how intricate the actual world is in terms of how they hide stuff around. Like, the world that they've physically built in terms of a video game map is superb. Would I like maybe a few more enemy encounters? Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like, I don't outright disagree with a lot of the criticisms leveled at it. But once you get used to parrying, which I'm still kind of working out how to do properly, because because there's not, like, you expect playing games like the Batman Arkham games, where, like, if you punch something, there's, like, you know, a little camera zoom in and a little, like, shake and a few other things. Sure thing, Evan. In-game name is the same. So it'll be the same. Just PM me when you're done. Mostly it's like, there's just like these little things that I would change in terms of making it more obvious that you're punching something. Because even in a bunch of these other like beat 'em up games that are similar, you still had like enemies will take a bunch of hits in those, and they won't necessarily flinch, but they've got like little camera effects like zooming in or doing a little shake when you hit somebody that make it feel like you're hitting them, make it really obvious that that's happening. So like for parrying, I think the easiest way to make it very obvious that you've gotten a parry is you just do a little like zoom in when it happens, kind of like what happens when you're doing the special attacks. Or like a more obvious like comic book pop-up with like the words like they do for the special attacks. And it'd basically be fine at that point. I don't think, like, because I've talked to like 3 people who are like, oh, the parry system sucks, and I'm like, it's actually superb, but like it's not obvious feedback, so that's thrown me off. Like, it works like almost any other parry system, except you have to press an extra button to get like a counterattack in. But it's really good. Targeting, I definitely get while I get people being upset. Yeah, the stars above their heads makes it really clear. There's a bunch of stuff, it's like you just have to look for what it's telling you. Mostly I'm just completely gobsmacked by how really pretty the world is that they have there. Very lush, very vibrant, and then tons of little nooks and crannies to poke around for. Like this gives any game, any like collectathon game from the N64 and like PS1 era a run for its money in terms of just. Yeah, the targeting's a little weird for ranged weapons, partly because I think it's not immediately obvious that ranged weapons also have an accuracy bloom. So, like, you're actually targeting someone, but they're not really all hitting. But yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and all kinds of little nooks and crannies and caves. I'm very fond of Biomutant at the moment. I haven't done any of the major boss fights yet, so my opinion may change a lot. But I've been quite pleased. I'm running a psychic. Oh shoot! Phone call. One sec. Okay, yeah, this is important. I gotta take this. All right, sorry about that. I am back now. Important phone call. All right. Yeah. No worries. It was a similar situation on my end for what it's worth. I really need to get around to finishing my Warframe subsume list. That's what I haven't been doing either for Fraggoth. Like, what else do I need? Yeah, I need a spare neuroptics and systems. That'll be fun. I know it's not a AAA title, but I feel like with a bit more polish, I'd give them a run for their money. Yeah, absolutely. It's mostly just like some little effects, a little like a hit stun or hit stagger on melee hits, and I don't know, maybe make the targeting a little stiffer. That might help. I'm not sure. Because I definitely, like, I'm 100% with most of the complaints people bring up. I get it, but I just don't think most of them are that bad. I don't think any of them are major showstoppers. Certainly not to enjoying it, especially when you compare it to a game like Cyberpunk 2077, which had all kinds of like, you cannot continue now like, show-stopping issues. Police spawning behind you, I do not feel was one of them. And don't get me wrong, I liked Cyberpunk 2077 as well, but I also didn't go in there assuming it would be the best game ever made. Was I cautiously optimistic? You betcha. Manage your expectations. I guess that's the end all be all, really. No, I can't fit any of that in right now. Yeah, I'm 1 point away from being able to fit that on there. So I need another V polarity on this thing or something. Or hyphen would be preferred. I'll do that, yeah. I'll deal with that. Just so I can get that primed heated charge on there, because it's so good. But yeah, Biomutant, fun stuff. I think some of the translation into English is really stiff. It's either that or it's like a sense of humor thing that's kind of going over my head. Because they'll like begin sentences in a, like with some really weird adjectives and descriptors, or adverbs rather, like, oh, snazzily, he went ahead and told you to go eat breakfast. And I'm just like, snazzily? Is that the word? Or sparklingly? And I'm like, is that the word you wanted to choose? I'm not really certain. But it's okay. I kind of like the David Attenborough style documentarian narration thing. I think it's a cute touch. I can understand why it would drive some people absolutely stark, though. But I think it's fine. Yeah, not a AAA game. But definitely a contender. Certainly I've had a ton of fun with it this year so far, and right now it's definitely up there on my games of the year. Yeah, and I think it's a good way to handle the whole silent protagonist thing. No worries, Evan. I am actually going to have to go in a couple of minutes, but if you shoot me your in-game, I'll send and I'll do an add friend, and then we can get together on a later date or a raid check, if nothing else. I realize this complete last end of the section for anyone trying to watch actual Warframe occurring is probably not doing it for you, but that's okay. Yeah. The character creation, and one thing I didn't even know until somebody told me, or I read about it, or whatever, is that if you like do randomize appearance while you're in character creation, like looking at a certain like physical aspect, it'll change some of the base attributes, so you can get some really different looks than what it looks as immediate, than what appears to be immediately apparent. And then changing your stats changes that further, which I think is really cool. Yeah, most of the things I would change are all largely quality of life, and I think fairly manageable. Yeah, just like a little, maybe, I don't know, camera zoom on successful parries. Not a lot, but a little. And then, yeah, some hit stagger for some of your attacks, I don't know. Something like that. That's about it. And then targeting. I could go on all day. Ooh, Housefire, that's a doozy. Well, at least you got it fixed. That's good. Yeah, exactly, Mitch. That's exactly it. Nothing I can... Forgivable sins. Forgivable sins. Sure thing, Evan. I will hopefully see the message. If I don't, I'm sorry. Just hit me up. I do this. I will try to do this every week. I should be on next week as well. And then I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Mondays, I do I have Mecha Mondays, where I do something giant robot related or mecha adjacent. I have Warframe Wednesdays, and then I have Free Read Fridays, where I read short stories and, indeed, entire novels aloud. I'm thinking of maybe trying to read some comic books, but I haven't quite figured out how I want to do that yet. Probably I'll just capture my screen and then have like a CBR reader program up, and then just use digital comics, because I'm not gonna do it the hard way and actually like get a camera and look at the comic book that I'm reading. But I'll figure that out. But yeah, thanks everybody who tuned in. I do gotta scoot at this point. And yeah, have a good one. Stay healthy. Stay cool if you're in a hot environment like I am right now. Golly, it's friggin' hot. It's hot here. It's mostly humid rather than hot. Like, I don't think it's broken. It's not 90 degrees or anything, but it's very muggy. All right. Thanks again. Have a good one. Stay sane. And see you next time. Thanks again, and bye.